Good evening.
Hello.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us. My name is Barry.
And I'm Jay.
And together we are Mitosu Crafts.
Welcome to our channel. So today Barry will be creating a treat packet using... What are you using?
I'm using the Gift of Giving stamp set.
Nice.
And I'm also, if I make the card afterwards, I'm going to be using the Jolly Words stamp set as well.
And what DSP?
So it is a Walk in the Forest DSP.
Okay, cool. But yeah, Barry will show you the products as we
As we go down, yes.
But as we're live, we'll say hello to those of you who have joined us. If you're watching the replay, do feel free to fast forward to the demonstration. So thank you to those who have joined us already. So we have Kisha, hello, Linda, Debbie. We also have Pauline, hello to you. Mandy Allen, Quinn, Angie, Danette, Shaz, and Joanna. Thank you so much for joining us.
Lovely. Nice and quick. He tried to get the names in nice and quickly then tonight, so he didn't have as many of you to say hi to live. So Fun Fold Friday. Obviously, it's not a card tonight. As Jay said, it's going to be a treat box or treat holder.
Yeah.
Yes. So it was from an idea from a swap which we had last year in Vienna actually, and Jeanne obviously requested that she would like to see how it was made.
Hi Jeanne.
So Jeanne, here it is, and you can just move over a little bit. There you go. Tommy's just poked his head up round. Oh, there you go, and there's Minnie in the background down there as well. So it was requested from Jeanne to see. So I've adapted it and changed it. So well, hopefully you will like what we've gone and done with our treat box holder. Okay.
Treat packet.
Treat packet. Lovely.
I wouldn't say it's a bag or a box.
It's a treat holder.
Yeah.
So lovely. All right, well, let's go camera down and let's have a little look, shall we? Right. So this was the original one here which we had as a swap. So this is what we were given as we've done as our little swaps. We were given as a little treat when we went to one of the Stampin Up events last year, and it's one which opens up like this, and there was a tea bag in here and a biscuit. So this was the original design. It was done by Aline Tapiero, a French demonstrator who gave this to us last year. So, and using the lovely kindest names as well. So there are some more names in this. I'm going to be using the Gift of Giving stamp set to show you this one tonight. So that was the original idea which we got. I will talk you through exactly how that one was made as well. This is a design series paper which I'm going to be using. So this is the walk. Just make sure I get that correct. I'm sure a Walk in the Forest DSP. So this is the patterns which you get in this lovely paper pack. So you've got this one here, this lovely one. This is the one which I'm going to be using for tonight's demonstration. This one here, a nice stripy one. Some trees and some more trees. And then if we turn it over, we then get this nice green background. That one there. Some snow. Some polar bears, which apparently does work with the polar bear punch as well. If I just have a little look. If I can get it out without making too much racket. I believe will work with, I won't punch it out, but I'll just do it. You can see down there that it is also a perfect fit for the bear as well. So this bear here, you can punch out using the Very Cute punch. So that's always a bonus. You've got this more snowflakes and some more stripes. So that's all of the paper which you get in that one. So you actually get 12 pieces of paper, 2 of each design. Let me just pop that away before I pop it on a seat and a cat comes along and sits and it increases everything. So just bear with me one moment. That's good. So that's that, and these are the 2 stamp sets. So this is the one which I'm going to be using for the design for the actual treat holder itself. if I make a card, because there's a bit of scrap designer series paper, I'm going to be using this one right here. 'Tis the season to decorate the card. A very, very simple card. So this is a treat bag or treat gift pile, something, and matching card to go with it. So what you're going to need to do is, first thing is, let's stamp my cup. So I'm going to be using this lovely cup here. Ink this up and then I'll colour this in. So get that nice and juicy, and let's just stamp that down. That's good. That's the one. And then let's just quickly colour this in. So I've got myself a series of blends right here. So I have got myself some Light Combo 100, which I'm going to use for colouring in the... Actually, no, I'm not going to use that one there. It is the Medium Combo 500 I'm going to use for colouring in the cookie at the background here. I thought it was quite a nice cookie colour. So I'm going to do this first because I want Jay to kindly fussy cut this out for me whilst I'm showing you the very simple fold of the actual main thing. He can be fussy cutting this out for me. That's okay, Jay, isn't it? He goes. And I've used the 200 deep combo for the chocolate chip cookies on that. I'm going to grab myself some cherry cobbler here, and I am just going to decorate the candy cane. So very, very gently pop that in there, and I'm just going to just go through and just colour in some of these bits here, like that. That's what I'm going to do with the candy cane. I've got myself a little bit of the shaded spruce as well, and I'm going to use that for the leaves here. Okay, and I'll do that for down the bottom.
Keisha's like, I do not need the bears. I do not need the bears.
You do need the bears, you do. You can do our retreat then, Keisha. I've got myself a little bit of bubble bath. I just wanted to give the berries a little bit of colour here rather than leaving them white. I didn't want to do them red because it clashed. I thought it clashed with the other red in there as well, so I left those as it was. And I'm going to then take myself some of the Light 100 here for the marshmallows. So I'm just going to just go in and do corner bits of these marshmallows here. Like that. Just kind of gives them a little bit of a burn texture to them, and I'm just going to take a little bit of the 500 again, and I'm just going to just add that on down there. Kind of just gives that of, they've just been toasted a little bit. So you've got those there like that, and then I just need to colour in the cup itself. So I decided to do the cup in blue. So I've got myself a light here, and I'm just going to literally just colour the whole thing all over in blue. Like this. Oh. I think Joe's left something out in the kitchen and one of the cats has found it. So just going to cover in all of this in the blue. Like that. That's fine. And not forgetting the handle as well. And then I'm just going to then take the dark version of this and then just go in and kind of like colour in these corner parts a little bit, just so it gives it a little bit of maybe curvature. And a little bit on the, so very basic colouring going on here, very quick colouring, and then I'll just blend it out again with the light, just as the word says, blend. But obviously you can decorate this however you wish. And there we have it. So that there is my marshmallow cut, coloured. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to, what have you been saying there, Jay? I can...
No, Debbie said the DSP should be called Barry Cute. So Linda said, speaking of Barry Cute, is that a new profile? So I said, Barry isn't cute.
Rude.
We'll call the bear Barry.
I just saw that Keisha says, poor Barry can't even defend himself working all hard, haha. And that's what alerted me to your cheekiness. So on that note, Jay is now going to fussy cut this. I wish I'd given him a harder image to fussy cut. But if he would kindly cut that out for me, I would appreciate that. So let's just move my blend out the way quickly like that. So what we've got here is the designer series paper. So this is the one which I have decided to use for this pattern. Okay, and what you need to do for this fold is you need to cut this down to 6 by 8. So it's not very friendly. You're only going to get 2 of these gift boxes per designer series paper and 2 cards. Okay, but
it's a great way to use your...
But it is a great way to, yes, as Joe's just saying, it's a great way to use up your use it up. I'm going to take it this side here. So it's 6 by 8 inches. Okay, and then this part is a perfect layer for the card afterwards. What you're going to need to do, obviously you can do this as a 6 by 6 version. So the 6 by 6 version is this one right here. So it's, and I'll go through the measurements, but it's basically, it's a 6 by 6 piece of paper. Score it at 2 inches and 4 inches. Turn it round, score it at 1.5 and 1.5 inches. And then that gives you a flat piece like this. Okay, doesn't allow you to have much things bulky on the inside, which is why I've adapted this slightly bigger. So start off with a 6 by 8 piece of designer series paper, and then you want to then score this at 2 inches, 2.5 inches, 5 inches, and 5.5 inches. Okay, turn it round and then score at 1.5 inches. On both sides, so 1.5 and 1.5. Okay, so that was 2, 2.5, 5, 5.5. Turn it round and then go 1.5 and 1.5. That's all the scoring which you need to do for this piece. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to fold and burnish all of this. Okay, so we've got those ones like that, and then fold and burnish these pieces here. So these little things will be good for you, like a great way of using up your design series paper, and it's perfect for if you're doing craft fairs. Gian, obviously we were discussing this with you the other day as well. Obviously you do lots of fairs, Christmas stuff, and you can decorate these up. I'm going to be popping a tea bag in ours. Okay, so but you can do, obviously you can extend this as well and maybe turn this into a hot chocolate one, but again you're going to use up more paper. But if you've got lots of paper around, then great. But this little inner part technically needs to be the width of your item which you are doing. So 2 panels need to be the same size, which is why I've got 2.5 inches. So you just want to make sure you measure this, and then that's what that middle part needs to fit. The first one is slightly smaller, so it's going to tuck into itself. So that's what I've done so far. Then what we want to do is we're then going to manually just fold over these corners. So I'm just going to fold over the corner to the score line. When you're doing this as well, make sure that you bring it slightly above the score line, because when we fold it over in a moment like that, if you're on the score line or slightly lower, it's going to add another thickness of paper. So make sure you're the top end of the score line when you're folding this bit over. So bring that up and show you what I mean. So you're this side of the paper rather than being too close to the score line that side. So just as a little tip there for you when doing that. So manually bring this over on all 4 corners. Fold and burnish. Okay, and then basically that then goes in on itself, and then that goes in on itself like that. I'm just going to see whether or not, just bear with me one moment, I'm thinking outside the box now to see whether or not I can make the closure part of this a little bit easier. So if okay, I'm just going to try something. On one side, on the side which is the smallest side, okay, this one right here, I know I've just said to you don't go past the line, but what I want you to do is I do actually want you to go in past the line ever so slightly. Because it will help with this closure side of things, I think. I didn't try this on the... Okay, so I've just taken it down ever so slightly, and then I'm just going to then just have to manually manipulate that like that. Okay, we'll see whether or not my idea worked in just a second. Okay, so that there is this one. Then what we're going to do is we then want to then just fold over again, manually fold over a little corner on this side over here. So this is all eyeballed on this one now. There's no measurements on this, but just have a little look at it and just go. But I'm kind of going corner to point on this just to give it make sure it looks tidy. And then just fold and burnish that one. Like so. We will just add a little bit of glue on this part right here, just to keep this tab down. And I'll just stick those, and I'll just hold those in place for a moment whilst they just set up. Oh, you're talking, Pauline, you're talking about Jay's diamond fold card, yes. It's lovely, isn't it? So, just going to just make sure that glue sets up nicely on that little tab. So that's that, there we have that. You can, if you want to, you can glue the rest of this down inside as well. Just a little bit of glue on that middle tab, but don't do it on that outer tab. Reason being is you won't be able to get your treat in otherwise. As I found out when I stuck it, I thought to myself, oh no. So we're kind of like leaving the bottom part open because that's going to create a bit of a pocket for us. You don't need to stick this down, but I think it just works a little bit better if you do. And then this just needs a little bit of manipulation. That one and that one there. And then basically all you want to do is pop your tea bag in, or your chosen gift. We've got like a little Biscoffy biscuit going on right here. That can then go on that side over there. And because we've given it that, we've given it a little bit of a height there, we've now created it as it's turned into a nice little box.
Is it heighty?
It's heighty. It's heighty. And then because we've then created this little pocket here, this does need a little bit of manipulation, okay? And it may take me a little bit of time just to get this first one in, because it does, once it's in a few times, it works. It goes all right. There we go. It just needs a little bit of manipulation. And then because we've created that little pocket, it's now a self-closing little box, so bag. Because the height, the original one, like we've got here, I didn't have any of this height on it, and it was done with a little bit of ribbon going around it, and that's perfect as well. But I just liked it. I just wanted to give it this kind of this dimension so that you can then actually turn it into something which is quite pretty. So there we have. That's that one. Jay's kindly fussy cut this out for me. That is then just going to go sit on the top of this like that. Pop this onto some dimensionals. So keeping this really simple with the decoration side.
Nice. You can add a trim on it.
I can probably add a trim on it, but I'm not going to.
Use the Stampin' Seal.
I just want to add lots of dimensionals, Jay.
Yes, I can see. That's why I'm standing next to you.
He's hovering over me himself. How many dimensionals are you using? You can use some stuff if you want to. Make sure that you've got this the correct way up, and then we'll pop the cup of cheer in there. So that's why I think this will work lovely if you have a hot chocolate in here, especially using this one here, because obviously it kind of looks hot chocolate. But I thought a cup of cheer, come Christmas time, we'll probably get some kind of seasonal tea bags around as well, or something, a flavoured or a pumpkin spice tea bag. I don't know, you get all of these fancy ones. But that there was my version of our lovely swap which we received last year. So I hope that made sense. So that's that one, and it stands up, and for displaying at craft fairs or anything like that, it just looks nice because it stands up perfectly for you to be able to display. Looks a little bit more tidier. So there we have it. So that's that one. But we had a piece of paper which was left over, so I'm not going to waste this. I'm actually going to make a card for you quickly this evening. So I'm going to grab myself a bit of cherry cobbler cardstock with a bit of ink which I dropped earlier on, so we'll try and get rid of that. Like that, and then we will score at 10.5. I will fold and burnish.
Peppermint tea, Cheryl.
Peppermint tea, good idea. We're going to cut this down to 13 centimeters by 9.5 centimeters. That's that one, and that's going to act as a mat and layer on there for me. So I don't know, will that's... No, that can go on the back, that's fine. So that's just going to literally just go down, flat down on this card right here. So this is the simplest card I think I have ever made. Bit of designer series paper is all it is.
You could have made a fun fold. I'm kidding.
A matching fun fold. No, you've got a gift and you've got a card to go with it. So that's that one there. And then we are going to... Now I'm going to just try this, actually. I just realised I did it on... I need another bit of paper.
What do you want?
Oh no, can I do it on that one there? So I'm going to take the nested essential dies, and I'm going to take that one here. Yep, that goes in right there. That works nicely. And I'm going to take the Tis the Season. I haven't popped the backing on this yet. And I'm just going to ink this up in Memento. Like so. And I'm just going to stamp that down here. There we have it. I'm going to just quickly die cut this one out, and then I'm going to colour in my bauble. So I'm just going to bring in my machine. And we'll cut this out. So this worked perfectly for this sentiment here, 'tis the season. Like so. Pop that in like that. Press and seal. Why am I seeing press and seal? Who's trying to give me nightmares?
No. I said stamp and seal.
Oh, stamp and seal.
And then Mandy said, did you just say stamp and seal or press and seal? We don't want press and seal.
So that's just going to go over the top there like so. Now I'm just going to try something. I just want to see if it works better in Very Vanilla, actually. So then you can let me, you can just tell me what you think. So if we're going to go white, we will or Very Vanilla. I think white is going to be better myself personally, because of the berries on here, but I just wanted to see what it looked like with the Very Vanilla as well. Very Vanilla is a colour which only really comes out at Christmas time or for Christmas card making. Does anyone else find that?
No,
yeah.
I think vintage.
Vintage, yeah, but I think vintage comes out more at Christmas time. Because it's a nice warm...
Chubby cheeks. Chubby chic.
You call him chubby cheeks.
For Christmas. You could always offset it underneath. Shall I do a poll?
Very Vanilla or white? what do you think works better? So that's the white, or that there is the, oh, I don't know actually, very vanilla. So let me know, whilst you're just quickly just letting us know in the comments what you think is best. Or in the poll. I'm just going to quickly colour in my bauble, or my ornament. So I've got some cherry cobbler here. So I'm just...
Autumn for very vanilla, Janice says.
So having that in like that.
You could always angle the vanilla underneath, so you can see hints of it. Because I think white is winning.
I personally think white as well, but I wanted.
And Gian says you can color the berries and make them red, and then use the vanilla.
Yeah.
It's good.
So that's that one there, and then I'm just going to use blue for my stripe through there. Like that. So I'll colour in the top part there. So very vanilla or white?
White is 83%.
I think white, because I think it works well with those. I think it ties in with those berries, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, we'll go with white. So I've also grabbed myself on this one a punch, the bow punch, which is this one here, and I've gone and punched a couple of things out using these with some garden green and some old olive, just as a little bit of decoration. And all I'm going to do on this one is I'm just going to stick these to one corner. So we go like this. Stick those in. And that's just going to go on like that. And then we'll just stick that to that. And then that can then go on to the back. Like so. Okay, and then we will then just attach this to the card with some dimensionals. I'm going to use some large dimensionals so that I'm not having to use too many. He
Pauline
says,
said cream makes the white berries pop.
I'm going to use a few small ones because I just want to pop them on my leaves.
You could have shaped it. I'm joking. Exhale.
Yeah, did you hear that exasperation there? So like, really? Shush now.
Linda was
Did you hear that? That was a very audio sigh then, wasn't it? So just like audible sound. Really? If it looks kill, I probably would have shot him down just then, I reckon.
Linda says there's a lot of black in that sentiment. Would it work in cherry cobbler or the green?
Yeah.
Pretty peacock, I think.
You know what?
It looks nice in the black because
I will do it in the black, but yes, pretty peacock may have worked
like
quite
gold,
nice.
Gilded leafing.
Now I did do a gold earlier on, but I put it in the bin. in that bin over there. Okay, all right.
That's fine, just stick it down. And we'll show the gold. In vanilla.
I did gold on very vanilla, so that could have gone on there as well. You know, I'm just gonna. Can I quickly just a bit of basic white, and let's try it in Pretty Peacock and see. One there.
Is that enough?
Yep. All right. Okay. Just quickly need to clean this. Let's see whether or not Pretty Peacock works.
Leave there be yellow.
That's got to be Joanna, hasn't it?
Yeah.
See, let's just quickly. So you just got me playing now. So fun folder's been done. So you just need to be careful when stamping on the inks as well, because it's when colouring over the inks, because it can bleed it. So that's that one. Because obviously I can stick, if we prefer this one, I can stick this over the top. So it's actually, it's not an issue if we prefer this one. Don't ask Jay, I always say Pretty Peacock works. You know what, on this particular occasion, Linda, I think you might actually be right for a change.
But isn't it Pretty Peacock on the BSD?
No, I don't. Oh.
I would say that's Pretty Peacock.
I must have obviously had some dirt on that. Got to do that again.
Yeah, that when you stamped it, the ink is still wet.
So I am. Well, I will. We'll see what happens. I will have to do that again. Yeah, you know why it works with Pretty Peacock, doesn't it? So I am just going to have to do it again, because what's happened is that I had a dirty plate, and it's just going to it's just going to move the ink over onto it. So I just need to do that quickly again. That one there. Right, so what plate was it that was dirty? It's that one there.
If you use the new one, I'd put it aside. Well, it's not so new, but
We've got a newer plate, so pop that in like so. That's that. So that's the one. Okay, so yeah, so it does work with Pretty Peacock. It works better. I'll just... So this is a very simple card. Well, should be very simple, if you don't keep changing your mind. That one there, and then that one then can then get stuck over the top of that one there like that. So we haven't lost and wasted anything. no one will ever know. There we have it.
You just moved it.
That there and that there is tonight's Fun Fold treat box. So I will do it on this one here because this one opens up a little bit better. So that one, okay, which then tucks in to close up. Takes a nice tea bag in there, or you'll find if you can repurpose it for a hot chocolate or something with a nice little biscuit tucked in, and there we have it. That is our Fun Folds for tonight.
Amazing.
And bonus card.
The card took longer, I'm sure.
It did take longer, didn't it? So excellent.
Amazing. Yes, Barry made that's his prototype. Amazing.
Yes.
And I got that fine.
Yeah. But it's just what give you something to do.
Thanks.
Thanks, you're welcome. Even Evergreen A4 card, I'm nearly on my last piece. Oh, even Evergreen.
I think we've used ours.
Yeah, I think we've got rid of all of ours now. So
we use them for our prototypes.
yes, so yeah, we don't waste our any of our retired. Obviously, we use all of ours to make up things and retired DSP as well. So yeah, so do you want to just quickly show that one camera down? That card.
Oh yeah.
Which you're doing. So if you didn't see it already, this was Jay's and Fun Fold, which went live this morning.
Yeah, the triple diamond gatefold. So you have flaps and that's suspended as well, and it pops up. But yeah, it's 3.5 by 3.5. If you want to see how it's done, check out the video on our channel using the Winter Meadow Sweet Magical Meadow bundle.
Lovely. Superb.
Amazing.
Yes, I think that's
lovely.
Yeah. Excellent. So yeah, I love that card. Well done, Jay, with that one. Superb.
Yeah.
So check that one out if you want to have a little look, and obviously bookmark this video if you want to know how to do these treat boxes as well.
Yes. Save and share.
Save and share. That's it. So we will say a good night now. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back with you on Sunday evening, same time, same place. What we're playing with this Sunday, Jay? Any ideas?
No idea.
No idea.
I think it's your turn.
Is it my turn? Is it? I've just done tonight. It's your turn. So anyway, we'll work that one out. We will see you Sunday, same time, same place.
Thank you, everyone. Take care.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.